Welcome to Sisters in Service podcast. Most of you know me as a strong advocate for women veterans in being recognized not only as veterans, but also as women who are changing the world through our passion of serving, even after service. This podcast is my passion by telling all the stories of military brats, military spouses, active duty, and veterans, not to forget the veteran service organizations that help us along our transition journey. I want to thank you in advance for listening. I hope that you will join me every week. A new podcast and episode comes out every Tuesday, so I hope that you will join and I hope that you enjoy. This podcast is brought to you by Small Space Pilates. Are you ready to get fit and fabulous from the comfort of your own home? Look no further than Small Space Pilates. With live online Pilates and strength training classes, a video library, and a no perfection allowed policy, you can achieve your fitness goals without ever leaving your house. Click on the link for your complimentary week and start your journey to feeling fabulous today. Welcome back, everybody, to the newest episode of Why Not Wellness. You know me, I'm Kat Corchata, your movement specialist. And today's episode is all about this long time question that keeps lingering. It keeps coming up. And the reason I know about this question is because I looked it up and it's still one of the leading questions that women ask all the time. The question is this: will I bulk up if I start using weights or weight training? Still huge, still a huge question for a lot of people. So let's start off. You know, guys, I really like definitions. So what's the definition of bulking up? It typically refers, yes, I'm reading this, to a period in bodybuilding or weight training where the primary goal is to increase muscle mass and overall body size. This is often achieved through a combination of increased calorie intake, especially from protein-rich foods, and a structured strength training program. And of course, the aim of bulking up is to gain muscle mass and minimize the accumulation of excess body fat. So you usually see this in men, right? Men are usually one of those species besides women that get to bulk up. And here's why. So men typically have a higher level of testosterone, which is key hormone, for muscle growth. It helps to increase muscle protein synthesis, which is how the protein is used. And it goes directly to the muscle for most men. Here's one you probably didn't know, and I had to remind myself of this. Men tend to have a higher percentage of fast twitch muscle fibers. So let's speak about that for just a second. Think of fast twitch in, say, sports that need speed. So track and field, racing down the court, maybe even soccer. Slow twitch fibers are those that you need a little more endurance. So think of long races, 1 mile, 5 mile, well, maybe not 1 mile. That seems long to me. But, marathons, somebody who they just do marathon after marathon after marathon and they have no issues. They really have a lot of slow twitch fibers. So men tend to have this higher percentage of fast twitch muscle fibers, which are more responsive to strength training and have a greater potential for growth compared to the slow twitch fibers that are more common in women. So keep in mind that everyone doesn't get the same. Some people, are really quick, like in track and field. They probably have more fast twitch fibers. But then you have people who, are really good at a slower activity. I won't say slower, but a slower paced activity. I can't say that either because I've seen some of those people run long distance and they're fast, but they have that endurance. Okay. And we're all made with different bundles of fast twitch and slow twitch. So I hope that makes sense. BMR, basal metabolic rate. Men generally have a higher BMR than women, which means they burn more calories at rest. So think about this. Men have more what? Muscle. So if you've ever, lived with a guy and he said, "Isn't it hot in here?" And you're like, "No, it's great," because they have more muscle and it generates more heat in the body. So they burn more calories at rest. So it's easier for men to consume surplus calories needed for muscle growth without gaining excess body fat. Somehow I seem to think that that's really unfair. I'm just going to say it seems a little unfair. Body composition. So women typically have a higher percentage of body fat than men, normally 21 to 32%, which can make it harder to see muscle definition sometimes and can affect your perception. I can't talk again, you guys, of muscle size. So when women are bodybuilding, their BMR is usually, or I'm sorry, their fat mass is usually 10 to 20%. And that's really, really low for women. I'm just going to say. So, response to training. While both men and women can build muscle with proper training, men often respond more quickly to strength training due to the factors that we just talked about. So, let's talk about why women still think that they can bulk up. Okay, this myth is based on the misconception that women's bodies will respond to weightlifting in the same way as a man's body, leading to large, bulky muscles. Now, being in the fitness industry for as long as I have, when I used to teach classes and it involved cardio and weight training, and I would see women pick up these teeny tiny weights. And when I say teeny tiny, I'm talking 5-8 pounds for their lower body, but they would pick up 10, 12, 15 pounds for their upper body. Seems backwards, right? And so it used to baffle me all the time. So here's the thing. Women have lower testosterone levels. We can't bulk up. Now, if your goal is to bulk up, then you have, you've got a trainer, you've got somebody who's, training with you. You have someone who's watching your intake of food and your protein and all of that. It's very, very structured. Okay. Here's the other thing. If you start weight training and you don't change your diet, and what I mean change your diet as in not eating all the junk food, you will bulk up. Okay. You will. So when you start weight training, start looking at some of the foods that you're eating and not start cutting them out, because if you're like me, it's the one thing that I start craving. Start to cut back on them. And what you're going to find is that you don't crave them as much as you used to. So women who appear bulky often have a combination of high muscle mass and low body fat percentage. And so women are built, we're all different, but we all are built with a certain amount of muscle mass and a certain amount of testosterone. Yes, women have testosterone too. They just do. Just not as high levels as men. Some women have very low testosterone. Some women have higher testosterone. It depends on the genetics, your mom, your dad, the bloodline, all of that. It all comes into play. So here's some facts. Weightlifting benefits women in numerous ways. Well, it helps you build lean muscle mass. You know what happens when you build lean muscle mass? You burn calories, you burn fat, period. Okay, it's like a furnace. Like if you lift weights this morning, you are still burning calories right now as we're sitting here, which is what I did. I had my small space Pilates. We were using weights. I'm still burning calories right now. That's a whole lot of bang for your buck, ladies. I'm just going to say. Strength training can increase bone density, reducing the risk of osteoporosis, which is more common in women. So if you're concerned about breaking bones, maybe osteoporosis is something that falls in your family, especially the women in your family, then you want to strengthen the bones. So your muscles and your bones want to be, what's the word I'm looking for? They want to be They want to work. The more you work the muscle, the more you strengthen the bone. The more you strengthen the bone, the more you will, the more or less you'll have osteoporosis. No, the less instance of osteoporosis. And this is something that you need to check with your doctor. But I haven't seen a doctor yet that says weight training would be bad for you unless the osteoporosis is very advanced. Lifting weights can enhance overall strength and functional fitness. It makes other things seem easier, and it reduces your risk of injury. Weightlifting can improve your body composition, leading to a toned, and I hate that word toned, but it's here, and defined physique rather than a bulky appearance. So you get increased strength, you get bone health, metabolic rate goes up because you're burning calories, your body composition goes down, your sense of injury prevention goes down. What about improved posture and balance? Didn't think about that one, did you? It can improve your posture by strengthening muscles. How many times have we been like this? And we go to straighten up, our body goes, nope, I'd rather be here. So weights help strengthening the muscles that help you with posture. It supports your spine. So if your spine is curved like this, and trust me, you guys, I've seen this in action. When I was in the military, I saw a woman who used to walk to market every day, and she was so bent over and her head would be like this. So I'm just saying, I've seen it in action. What about your mental health? Like any form of exercise, weight training can have a positive effect on mental health, reducing stress, anxiety, and symptoms of depression. So just when you thought that all of this is about your body, it's also about this. Your mind needs that stretch too. It needs that workout. It needs that chance to just get fired in a good way, to get fired up. Let me put it that way. And it also helps us as women feel empowered. Engaging in weight training can boost confidence and self-esteem. We see improvements in our strength and our physical appearance. And when you've been training and training and training, you know what the best bang for your buck is? The best return is when another woman says to you, you look awesome. What have you been doing? Not from a guy, but from another woman, is the best compliment you can get. So that's when that motivation comes and you go, oh, okay, I'm going to keep going, because you're someone else's inspiration. Someone else is watching you and saying, wow, I wish I could do that. I want to do that. What is she doing? And how can I do that? So weight training is a valuable addition to your fitness routine. And here's the thing. Hire a personal trainer who can show you the right weights to start off with where you are right now. That doesn't mean you're married to those weights. So please don't weight train for 5 months and then you're still using the same weight. Your body's gonna be like, boring. So your body needs to be challenged, and that's where you start. However, when you're first starting with weight training, start off small. And I don't mean 3 pounds, depending on what you're doing. But your trainer is going to be able to say, start with this, and make adjustments as you go along. Gradually increase the weight as you become more comfortable with the exercises. And the one thing I did want to say about starting with, smaller weight or moderate weight is that it helps prevent injuries, helps you get your form, so that when you go up in weight, you know exactly the form that you need and you can maintain that. And again, incorporate a variety of exercise. Don't do the same exercises day in and day out. You want a quick trick? You have your fitness routine, your weight training, whatever it is you want to call it, flip it. So if you're used to using, so many weights, you're using Monday, back and biceps. Chest and triceps. Tuesday, back and biceps. Wednesday, you're doing legs. Thursday, you're doing shoulders and abs. somewhere in there, you're doing cardio. Take that and flip it. So do your legs on a Monday or back and biceps on a Monday. Your body doesn't know the difference. It's going to think you're doing an entirely new weight workout. And always combine your weightlifting and cardio exercise. So you have a balanced overall health workout or fitness workout. You need cardio, guys. Cardio's for that heart. You've got to do cardio, whether it's just walking, whatever that is for you. Okay, I'm just going to say that. Now, if you're just on the fence, you're trying to start and it's not working. You can't figure it out. Please hire a professional. It doesn't have to be for a week or 2 weeks or however long, but hire a trainer long enough that you get it. And then when you need to change, hire that trainer for, another week or two, and then change your routine. So this has been a big question. It's always been a big question. I've been in the fitness industry almost 40 years. I keep hearing the same questions over and over and over again. And this is one of them. I hope this cleared up some question. Ladies, you need weight training. Please, you need weight training. All right. And you need cardio, whatever that looks like for you. So, you know me, I'm Kat Corchado, your movement specialist. And please contact me, kat@smallspacepilates.com, and let me know if you have any questions. I would love to be, on a one-on-one with you and answer the questions that you might have. But I also have my Small Space Pilates, where we do weight training, Pilates, and stretching, where you can get a week free, the try it before you buy it thing. I love that. And that was a big deal for me. So if you're interested in that, contact me again, kat@smallspacepilates, and let's chat about it, okay? So till next time, Kat Corchado, your movement specialist. Till next time.